Back in the day, if you wanted to prove your strength, you didn't do it by bench pressing, and you certainly didn't do it by doing cable flies.
No, you did it by lifting a heavy weight over your head using one arm at a time.
And it wasn't just a means to display upper body strength, it was used as a means to develop it. In this video, I'm gonna make the case for why this forgotten lift should be in your program, especially if you're over 40, and that goes double if you've got some beat up joints.
So one big challenge with the barbell overhead press is it forces both your shoulders to move in the exact same way.
But remember this, nature does not do symmetry. There is always going to be a difference from side to side. One side might be a little bit stronger, one side might be a little bit more flexible. So why would you force both sides to do the exact same thing? This would be less of a problem if we all had perfectly healthy and mobile shoulders. But due to the nature of modern living, where we're all spending so much time in this internally rotated position, it's no longer a good idea to force both shoulders to move in the exact same way. Whereas with the one arm press, each shoulder gets to find its own natural path. It's safer, less chance of shoulder impingements, and it's more joint friendly. So another issue with the barbell is that it provides you with a very limited range of motion. Take the barbell off the rack. This is as deep as I can go. That's the most amount of stretch I'm going to be able to get in my shoulders and upper pecs. But this is not the limit of natural range of motion, right? Most people can go here. So therefore, we're unable to access that really deep stretch in the front of the shoulder and the upper pec, and we're leaving gains on the table. With the kettlebell or the dumbbell one arm press, we're able to come all the way down here, getting a good stretch in the bottom position, the most important range for muscle development. And that's going to lead to more muscle, more strength, and more mobility. Okay, so let's assume that you've decided barbell overhead pressing isn't for you. Well, what about double dumbbell or double kettlebell? These are much better choices, but there's still some limiting factors. The problem is, as the weights get heavier, as you get deeper into the set, if you need to compensate, and if you're using meaningful weights you are going to, you've nowhere to go but back. But at some point, your low back is going to start paying the price for that. With the one arm press, we have a safer and more effective option. If you're lifting a weight that is not that challenging for you, absolutely try and keep your core braced, try and keep everything lined up and centered. But if you're lifting a weight that is going to challenge you, you are going to need to create a little bit of a brace with the hips. We're going to create that brace by driving the hip out to the side. It's safer, it's stronger. Okay, bring it back. Hip slides out this way. Bring the weight down. Now, if you do want to develop the strength to keep your core braced when you're using a weight that's challenging, here's how to do it. Hip slide out on the press up. Bring your hip back to center, lock it in, lower the weight. And that's how you'll build the strength in the midsection to press a heavier kettlebell without needing to create that brace. Now, maybe you're thinking you could just sit down on a high incline bench or something to create that stability through the low back. But I'm going to give you two counterpoints to that. Number one, we're all spending too much time sitting down. So anytime you get a chance to train standing up, you should take it. And second, if you train at a big box gym, you know that you don't always have the ability to jump on a bench anytime you want. Kids these days are going to sit there, they're going to do their presses, they're going to do their swiping, they're going to do their selfies, and 5 minutes later they're going to do another set. And they're not just going to waste their time, they're going to waste yours. Whereas, if you are doing a one-arm dumbbell press, you can just walk into the gym, pick up your first set's working weight, and get to work. So here's another huge reason to press with one side at a time. You're actually stronger when you press with one arm than when you press with two, proportionally speaking. Let me explain. It's called the bilateral deficit, and it's something that most lifters don't know about. When you perform a lift with both arms at the same time, say for example a barbell overhead press, your nervous system's going to hold back a little bit. But when you press on one side at a time, you're able to recruit more motor units and bring more muscle fibers into play, making you stronger. Research has shown that the bilateral deficit can be up to 25% per side. Let's put that in real world terms. Let's say you can strict press a 100-pound barbell overhead. That's 50 pounds per arm. you might think that means you would be able to press 50 pounds on this side, 50 pounds on this side, right? But when you switch to pressing one arm at a time, you might find that you're able to actually press 60 pounds per side. And that means you're now loading your shoulders with a combined total of 120 pounds, 20% more than you could if you used a barbell. And that's a lot more strength you're going to be able to build throughout your upper chest, shoulders, and triceps. And for those of us in our 40s and 50s, this is a huge advantage because you get greater strength adaptations, more muscle, with less systemic fatigue, while simultaneously addressing any imbalances you may have. Oh, hey, real quick, if you are over the age of 40, the healthiest thing you could do for yourself is to start a daily mobility practice. And in order to help you do that, I've put together a 7.5-minute morning mobility routine. You can get it by clicking the link in the description down below. And it's specifically designed to undo a lot of the damage our modern sedentary lifestyles are causing us. So it's going to unlock your spine, open up your shoulders, free up your hips, and leave you feeling a hell of a whole lot better. Get it by clicking the link in the description down below. Now, back to the one-arm press. So the one-arm press isn't flashy, but it's time-honored, joint-friendly, and extremely effective at building both strength and muscle. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video today. I really appreciate it. If you found the information in it useful, please hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel so much. If there's anything you'd like me to specifically make videos on, please leave it in the comments. Thanks again. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.